Cool, so now we are going to raise this nut slot. I'm gonna show you an easy way to do this. So it doesn't need to come up that much, but I'm just not clearing that first fret. It is clearing, but like just barely. There's like just a little wisp of space under there. So I'm gonna show you a quick way to do it. So if I take a Q-tip and I ball it up just a little bit, I'm gonna use that as a filler for the slot. Now this is a really good trick to just raising one a little bit, and it's only really good if you're just gonna raise a couple of slots. If all of the nut slots are too low, it might be better to, tap the nut out of the pocket there and like shim the whole nut up, or just cut a whole new one. But for little like micro adjustments like this works great. So I've got this balled up Q-tip, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, this is Cyano Glue. This is a Stumac, it's the 10, which is very thin. It's very viscous like water. So I'm gonna put a little drop in there in that nut slot. Just a little tiny drop. I'm gonna throw this Q-tip into the pocket there. So that's gonna set up like that. And then I'm gonna take another little drop of that thin Cyano Glue. There we go. So that filled up that Q-tip. And then I'm gonna take accelerator. And I'm gonna let that hit it. You might see a little plume of smoke when that kicks the CA. So now I have a nice tough filler in that nut slot. Now that I have the nut slot filled up, we're gonna cut the ends off. And as you can see, it's tough. There we go. Now I have a nice crispy new nut slot. So now I can take our file here. This is a 46 gauge file for the low E. And I'm gonna recut it down. Just like that. Let me clean that up just a little bit on the back edge there. So again, I'm trying to cut it straight out because this is a scooped headstock. So I wouldn't cut it like that. I'm trying to keep it more cut straight out like that. So now let's retune that note. So there's E, and let me do that check again. Okay, I raised up that nut slot quite a bit. But now they're consistent and even. Now I'm clearing it with authority. And I like the height of it. So this is where our feeler gauge is gonna come into play. Now, just as a general spec, I'm just cutting these to 18 thousandths. So if I place this under here, I can see that it's just fitting right under there. I'm actually touching the string and the fret at the same time. It's not pushing the string up. So I think I hit my spec. I'm gonna let that go.